Azerbaijani victory during the conflict. Post-ceasefire. Azerbaijan-Turkey arms suppliers. Artsakh-Armenia arms suppliers. Per Azerbaijan. Per SOHR. Per Armenia Artsakh. The 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh war was an armed conflict between Azerbaijan, supported by Turkey, and the self-proclaimed Republic of Artsakh together with Armenia, in the disputed region of Nagorno-Karabakh and surrounding territories. It was the latest escalation of an unresolved conflict over the region, which is internationally recognized as part of Azerbaijan, but partially governed by Artsakh, a breakaway state with an Armenian ethnic majority. Clashes began on the morning of the 27th of September 2020 along the Nagorno-Karabakh line of contact, which had been established in the aftermath of the First Nagorno-Karabakh War. In response, Armenia and Artsakh introduced martial law and total mobilization, while Azerbaijan introduced martial law, a curfew and partial mobilization. Turkey provided military support to Azerbaijan. Although the extent of this support has been disputed, Turkey's involvement is thought to have been an attempt to extend its sphere of influence, both by increasing the standing of Azerbaijan in the conflict and by marginalizing Russia's influence over the region. The fighting began with an Azerbaijani offensive, with the primary goal of reclaiming the less mountainous districts of southern Nagorno-Karabakh, which were easier to take than the region's well-fortified interior. The war was marked by the deployment of drones, sensors, long-range heavy artillery and missile strikes, as well as by state propaganda and the use of official social media accounts in online information warfare. Total casualties on both sides may be in the low thousands. Numerous countries in the United Nations strongly condemned the fighting and called on both sides to de-escalate tensions and resume meaningful negotiations without delay. 3 ceasefires brokered by Russia, France, and the United States failed to stop the fighting. Following the capture of Shusha, the second largest settlement in Nagorno-Karabakh, a ceasefire agreement was signed between the President of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, the Prime Minister of Armenia, Nikol Pashinyan, and the President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, ending all hostilities in the area from 0000, the 10th of November 2020 Moscow time. The President of Artsakh, Arayk Harutyunyan, also agreed to end the hostilities. Under the agreement, the warring sides will keep control of their currently held areas within Nagorno-Karabakh, while Armenia returned the surrounding territories it occupied in 1994 to Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan will also gain land access to its Nakhchivan exclave bordering Turkey and Iran. Approximately 2,000 Russian soldiers are deployed as peacekeeping forces along the Lakan corridor between Armenia and Nagorno-Karabakh for a mandate of at least 5 years. The war has been also referred to as the Second Nagorno-Karabakh War, the Armenian-Azerbaijani War, in both Armenia and Azerbaijan, as well as the international media. In Armenia and Artsakh, it has been referred to as the Second Artsakh War by the public and the government. In Azerbaijan, it has been referred to as the Second Karabakh War, or counter-offensive operation, by the public and the government. On the 10th of December, the Azerbaijani government announced that it had initiated the military operations under the code name Operation Iron Fist. The territorial ownership of Nagorno-Karabakh is fiercely contested between Armenians and Azerbaijanis. The current conflict has its roots in events following World War I, and today the region is the Jura part of Azerbaijan, although large parts are de facto held by the internationally unrecognized Republic of Artsakh, which is supported by Armenia. During the Soviet era, the predominantly Armenian-populated region was governed as an autonomous oblast within the Azerbaijan SSR. As the Soviet Union began to disintegrate during the late 1980s, the question of Nagorno-Karabakh's status re-emerged, and on the 20th of February 1988 the Parliament of the Nagorno-Karabakh Autonomous Oblast passed a resolution requesting transfer of the oblast from the Azerbaijan SSR to the Armenian SSR. Azerbaijan rejected the request several times, and ethnic violence began shortly thereafter with a series of pogroms between 1988 and 1990 against Armenians in Sumgay, Ganja and Baku, and against Azerbaijanis in Guguk and Stepanakert. Following the revocation of Nagorno Karabakh's autonomous status, an independence referendum was held in the region on 10 December 1991. The referendum was boycotted by the Azerbaijani population, which then constituted around 22.8% of the region's population. 99.8% of participants voted in favor. In early 1992, following the Soviet Union's collapse, the region descended into outright war. The First Nagorno-Karabakh War resulted in the displacement of approximately 725,000 Azerbaijanis and 300,000 to 500,000 Armenia.